Hey everybody, welcome back to Movies with Mia. If you're new to the channel, hi! I'm Mia Tiffany, and here we are watching the greatest classic films throughout history. Today we are beginning our classic horror series, and we are watching the film Nosferatu. First things first, I would like to shout out my Golden Oscar patrons. Guys, thank you so dearly for your continued support of the channel. And if you're interested in becoming an exclusive VIP Tiffany Club member, then I highly encourage you to check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. If you aren't quite interested in becoming a patron, however you still want to support the channel, why not consider buying me a movie ticket? Currently, all movie ticket donations are being raised so that I can hire an editor to get more content out to you all quicker. So if that is something that you'd be willing to support, please head on over to www.buymeacoffee.com/Mia Tiffany. And I've also linked that down in the description box below. And honestly guys, the best form of support is just to share this video amongst friends and family on social media and anywhere and with anyone who you think might enjoy this type of content. Nosferatu was released in 1922, directed by F.W. Murnau, featuring Max Schreck, Gustav von Wangenheim, and Greta Schroeder. All right, everyone, at this point, we are going to get into some historical background. For those of you who want to jump right onto the film, go for it. But for those of you who want to stay, we're going to get right into it. In the late 19th century, there was a number of works of fiction to satisfy the public's growing curiosity for the occult and the supernatural. One work in particular, Bram Stoker's Dracula, began the public's fascination with vampires. It was so influential, in fact, that its depiction of the bloodthirsty count set the basis for this film, Nosferatu. Now, I tread very lightly here because the studio producing Nosferatu didn't actually have authorization to adapt Stoker's novel into a film. They kind of just did it. In fact, Stoker's widow, Florence, would actually file a lawsuit against the studio for the unlawful use of her late husband's work. But more on that later. Prana Films, which was the studio producing Nosferatu, was a German film studio created in 1921 that focused on producing films that captured themes of the occult and the supernatural. Once Prana decided to just create Nosferatu against the wishes of Stoker's estate, they enlisted screenwriter Henrik Galeen to loosely and illegally adapt Stoker's novel into a film. Filming of Nosferatu began in July of 1921. F.W. Murnau decided to shoot a lot of the exterior shots on location, which was a very experimentative process for him. He didn't really have a rule book of how to kind of shoot these exterior shots, which I think is just really cool. Side note. Upon its initial release, Nosferatu was received generally well by German audiences and critics. Alright, on to some interesting facts. So, as previously mentioned, Bram Stoker's widow, Florence, filed a lawsuit against Prana Films. This lawsuit inevitably created a lot of financial trouble for Prana, which eventually forced them to file for bankruptcy and close their doors one short year later in 1922, which means that Nosferatu was the only film that they were actually able to produce during their time of being open. The courts also ordered that all copies of Nosferatu were to be destroyed, which they were. But before that court order, Prana Films actually sold their film rights to another German studio called the Deutsche Film Production, and they preserved their copy of Nosferatu and then re-released it to an American audience. Now, with that being said, this is my first time watching Nosferatu, and I am so excited to get into it. But before we do, guys, we are so close to 10,000 subscribers. Literally, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification to stay in the loop. Alright guys, it is time to grab your snacks, grab your drinks, and let's get into Nosferatu. Oh, and this is in the public domain, which means we get to watch more of it on YouTube, which is really cool. The best part of this is going to be the easy editing on me. From the diary of Johann Cavilius, able historian of his native city of Bremen, Nosferatu, that name alone can chill the blood. Nosferatu, was it he who brought the plague to Bremen in 1838? Well, I don't know. I have long sought the causes of that terrible epidemic and found at its origin and its climax the innocent figures of Jonathan Harker and his young wife, Nina. Nina is a beautiful name. It's very feminine. Ooh. Looks like a pretty mundane morning in this little quaint village of Bremen. Picking some flowers, I see. Okay, okay. He's like, hello there. Oh, he's cute with the little dimple. I see you, boo. What a gorgeous smile he has. Wow. Hello, hello. Oh, what a beautiful way to be greeted in the morning with flowers and a kiss. You shouldn't have. Thank you, darling. I think this is the oldest film that we have watched on this channel, guys. Wait, young man, you can't escape destiny by running away. I think the oldest one was the General, Buster Keaton. That was 26. So this is the oldest film we've seen. The agent Renfield was a strange man, and there were unpleasant rumors about him. Unpleasant? What kind of unpleasant rumors? It looks like he's been arched over paper his entire life. Look at all those weird symbols, too. Ooh, menacing grin. Definitely some strange rumors out there. I can see how they might get started. Here is an important letter from Transylvania. Count Dracula wishes to buy a house in our city. Just like that? It's a good opportunity for you, Harker. The Count is rich and free with his money. Trying to siphon some money off of him. You'll have a marvelous journey, and young as you are, what matter if it cost you some pain or even a little blood? Ooh, so they know of Count Dracula. They know that his reputation precedes him. It's like, yeah. I love the music. It sounds so menacing. I do also appreciate the more theatrical performances. It's almost like stage performances. I really like that. I think it is a trope of you know, silent films, because you don't have dialogue, so you have to make things more theatrical, you know? Leave at once, my young friend, and don't be frightened if people speak of Transylvania as the land of phantoms. Oh, might be some gossiping happening amongst the people. They're like laughing. I may be away for several months, Nina. Renfield is sending me to some lost corner of the Carpathians. She's like, no. How will I ever see you? Love her hair, too, by the way. The curls. Oh, she's distraught. She's like, please don't leave me, please. Harker left Nina with his good friends, Westerna and his wife Lucy. Sorry, Westenra. Westenra. What a name. That is beautiful. Or is it Westenra? Ah, to say goodbye to your love must be so hard. Don't worry, Nina. Nothing will happen to me. That is what everyone says, and then something happens to them. And it's like so horrific too, right? Bad omen. Yes, I do love that we get these exterior shots. Especially in 1922. Like, this was 100 years ago. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. We are literally watching a film from 100 years ago. From relay to relay, through the dust raised by the stages, Harker hurried on. Oh, I like how the music's a little funky here. And what a beautiful, like, set that he gets to work with. This beautiful town in northern Germany. Gorgeous. All the fairy tales you read about, these are the towns that, you know, are in those fairy tales. So to see it visually is amazing. It's like, Maud! He's like, did you say Dracula? You must not leave now. The evil spirits come all-powerful after dark. He's like, ah, pish-posh. I don't believe in that. It's a nice little inn room. It's very quaint. What is that creature? Guys, that creature has got to be extinct today. I've never seen anything like it. Is it a jackal? Like, what is that thing? Oh, scary things happen in the dark. 'Tis the witching hour. The book of the vampires. The first Nosferatu was born. That name rings like the cry of a bird of prey, Never speak it aloud. Oh, well, I already ruined that, broke that rule. It's like Voldemort, like the one who shan't be named. Men do not always recognize the dangers that beasts can sense at certain times. Yeah, I was gonna say completely unaware of the dangers to come. He is like totally blissfully ignorant. I like the mischievousness of this score. It's fun. Hurry, the sun will soon be setting. Oh yeah, you better hurry. That's what fun things happen at night. It's always better at night, right? Ooh. The tempo of this particular piece is amazing. We will not go further, sir. Not for a fortune. Ah, you're on your own, buddy. Time to walk your way to Count Dracula. Go no further. Here begins a land of phantoms. It's like, whatever. Phantoms, schmantums. That doesn't exist. But little does he know, right? Little does he know. And off he goes. And when he had crossed the bridge, the phantoms came to meet him. Oh, so we're not even having any build-up. It's like, you crossed our bridge, you're in our land, oh, we're coming for you. Oh, it's happening. Woo! You see how quick that was? Kind of creepy. He is a bold man. I would not be venturing into the land of phantoms with that fast carriage. Ooh. Menacing. Ooh! I kind of love the fast frames. It's kind of cool how they were able to show sort of like a superhuman aspect to these phantoms by shooting it in faster frames. That looks like a negative shot. He's like, what are you? Forward! Oh my god, that guy looks so creepy. Is that Nosferatu himself? Oh my god. Imagine like composing that piece of music. That would be kind of cool. Oh my god, why is he so thin and like long? And wasn't he that's the same guy that was on the freaking cart. I do find it interesting that this is shot in the daytime, and yet somehow it's still incredibly terrifying. Oh my goodness. How do you do? He looks like a menace. You are late, young man. It is almost midnight. My servants have all retired. Oh, it's supposed to be midnight. That's totally a day shot, though. It's okay. Oh. Following the creepy man into the black hole. Oh no, baby, you're not looking at me like that. With your big bushy eyebrows and your dark eyes. Oh no. Oh. It is blood. It's like, no. Leave it. Blood. Your precious blood. You can't take my blood. I don't know why he's backing further into the house. I would be running towards the door and leaving. Let us chat together for a moment, my friend. There are still several hours until dawn, and I have the whole day to sleep. He's like, okay, I'll sit down and have a chat with the incredibly scary man who is suddenly very interested in my precious blood. As the sun rose, Harker felt himself freed from the oppressions of the night. Oh wow, that looks like a comfortable sleeping position. I think watching this, you can kind of understand now why in Wings they used different colored films, like the sepia and then just the regular black and white, to kind of distinguish the different times of day. Because I can see how it kind of gets a little confusing. Oh. He bit him! Did you see the two marks on the neck? Oh, beautiful, beautiful set design. I mean, on location shots, right? This is absolutely fantastic. Beloved, don't be unhappy. Though I am far away, I love you. This is a strange country. Amazing? My first night in this castle, I found the 2 large bites on my neck from mosquitoes, from spiders. I don't know. I've had some frightful dreams, but they were only dreams. You mustn't worry about me. As twilight came on, the empty castle became alive with menacing shadows. Menacing. I feel like Max Schreck was the perfect casting decision. Who is this woman? She's beautiful. This is your wife. What a lovely throat. Oh, geez. That's one way to, compliment my wife, I guess. Her throat is quite lovely. The old mansion seems quite satisfactory. We shall be neighbors. Oh, so is his name Dracula? I also read that his name was Count Orlok. Or is his name Nosferatu? Or is Nosferatu what he is? I don't know. Drinks the blood of the young, the blood necessary to his own existence. Oh, man. My gosh, the music is distorting. It's just like high-pitched. One can recognize the mark of a vampire by the trace of his fangs on the victim's throat. Look at him! Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh. You better have a lock on that door, buddy. That thing is gonna come and just snatch you in the night, bro. Oh no, not me. It is I. Oh, you trying to hide? Oh, look at him! Looks so menacing! That is so creepy. And he comes out of like a darkened room. Or a darkened corridor. Oh my gosh. That was iconic. That was an iconic scene that we just witnessed. Him coming through the doorway. Nina, what are you doing? Does she sense that something's wrong? What is she doing? Get off of the ledge, Nina. What are you doing? Nina? Girl, there is not that much sleepwalking in the world. Shh, the doctor, quickly. And why did they have the freaking door open like that? You gotta be careful. Jeez. He's praying. Oh my gosh, that shadow is so beautiful. And she somehow knows something's gonna happen? Jonathan, Jonathan, hear me. As it descends. Oh my gosh. Everyone's just like, what is wrong with Nina? Are you okay? What can we do to help you? And away he goes. Wow, it's amazing that she had that sort of like sixth sense to like know what was going on. The doctor laid Nina's trances into some unknown disease, since I have learned that she had sensed the menace of Nosferatu that very night, and Harker far away had heard her cry of warning. Jeez. So she knew that something was happening to him. He is now food for Nosferatu. I don't know why he hasn't ran yet. Like, leave. Oh my gosh, it's the coffin. Oh my god, don't open it. Don't open it. Like, obviously, it's a random coffin in the middle of... Oh my gosh. Daunting scene. Daunting imagery. He sleeps with his eyes open? And look at his fingers, bro. Oh my gosh. I would have been gone. I mean, you wouldn't even know I was there. Oh, yes. Love that they're using those faster frames to showcase his ability to move fast. Oh, that's so cool. A little bit of stop motion there. How are we... What plans are we making to leave now? Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. He has the right idea. So I guess when you get bit in this movie, you don't immediately turn into a vampire. Which means that he probably has to share, like, the vampire's blood to transition. That was, like, another way that vampires are created. Not quite the romanticized version of being bit and then suddenly becoming one. The men little suspect what terrible cargo they were carrying down the valley. Oh, it is Nosferatu. Some peasants brought him here last night. He still has a high fever. Who? The vampire? Oh, it's our dude. It's Jonathan. Poor Jonathan. My God, they don't even know what horrors await them in that coffin. Why are you trying to pry it open? Why are we doing that? Oh my God, it's filled with actual, yeah, like dirt. Wow. Oh my goodness, and it's just rats. Rats filled with disease. Oh, don't get bit by one of those things. Oh no. That's it. Nosferatu was en route, and with him disaster approached Bremen. At the same time, Dr. Van Helsing was giving a course on the secret of nature and their strange correspondences to human life. The professor told his students about the existence of a carnivorous plant. That is actually a marvel. To think that plants, you know, are carnivorous. It's amazing. Astonishing, isn't it, gentlemen? The plant is the vampire of the vegetable kingdom. Nosferatu held Reinfeld under his influence from afar. Oh, so he also has compulsion. So all these little things, that patient who was brought in yesterday has gone out of his mind. But yeah, it's cool that we have little hints of different vampire, you know, like how they become one, how they don't become one, what powers vampires have. It's kind of cool that we get that in this. Oh, Reinfeld lost his mind. I thought they were talking about Jonathan. Oh my gosh. He attacked him! And now, gentlemen, here is another type of vampire. A polyp with claws. Ooh, what is this? Oh, this is under the sea. Is it? Transparent, without substance, almost a phantom. Look at the way it eats its victim. That is horrid. Nina was often seen alone among the dunes, watching and waiting for her husband's return. Poor Nina. She's just waiting patiently for her husband to come home safely. Again, just marveling at how this was the world 100 years ago, and we get to see it as it was. Like, that alone for me is just absolute fascination. It is Jonathan. Or maybe someone else. Oh no. It is a woman. I have had some frightful... Oh, but they were only dreams. You mustn't worry about me. I am leaving immediately to return to Bremen and to you. Oh, so Jonathan's coming back. But the last time we saw him, he was in the hospital. Poor Nina. Why did she run away? It's okay. Take it easy, Jonathan. Take it easy. Oh, so he's coming back, and then Nosferatu is also going to Bremen. Amazing how much he was able to capture on location. It's fascinating. Baffles science. Mysterious a mysterious epidemic of the plague has broken out in Eastern Europe. Interesting that they made it a sort of plague also because, well, a couple years prior to this was the Spanish influenza, which ravaged, you know, the whole world, or a good portion of it. He's like, my plan is working. I wonder if that was also a fear within the German society, because remember last time we talked about the economy after World War I. I wonder if the epidemic coming back was all the Spanish influenza. I wonder if that was also a fear amongst the German people. Aboard the Demeter, first one man was stricken, then all. 'Tis the plague of vampirism. Or something else. Definitely brought on by Nosferatu. I do also like that we kind of get some, like, science. Like, this is a modern, you know, science epidemic, whatever. Because usually prior to this, people would always attribute any sort of illness to, like, the occult. Love that transimposition. Or, I'm sorry, I always say transimposition. Superimposition. Very cool how they did that. One evening at sundown, the captain and his first mate buried the last man of the crew. May God have mercy on your soul. It's gotta be so hard. I'm going below. I want to have a look in the hold. You should just stay up where the air is fresh and open. Don't go into closed spaces, especially when you're working with any sort of illness. Pandemic, epidemic. Nah, bro. It's those rats. Ugh. Ugh, they squirm like vermin. Oh, there's the other iconic scene! Oh, so cool to see. In context. He just, like, I wonder how they were able to lift him like that. That was so cool. And I noticed that his fingers got longer. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, the music is like skin crawling. Oh, it's so crazy. Despite all sorts of obstacles, Harker pushed on towards Bremen. Meanwhile, driven by the fatal breath of the vampire, the vessel moved rapidly towards the North Sea. All the while, Nina waits for her husband. She's like, is it you, my dear? That also is kind of a creepy, like, position for her to just be, like, holding her arms out to this just dark balcony. It's kind of freaky. Nina, no, darling, no. He's coming. I must go to him. Now I'm intrigued. Is she going to her husband or to the vampire? He's like, Master, you've arrived. The master is coming. Oh my gosh. So who knows what other heinous things he could do while in the city. Oh, I love the stop motion feature in this. That's so cool. Oh my god, he looks so terrifying. I have long tried to understand why Nosferatu traveled with the earth-filled coffins. Recently I discovered that to preserve their diabolic power, vampires must sleep during the day in the same unhallowed ground in which they were buried. Oh. So he took the earth in which he was buried in with him as he traveled. It's convenient. He's just holding a coffin of his dirt. Oh, and the rats follow him. That is so disgusting. Oh, Jonathan made it back. But Nosferatu is also back. He's like, Nina! Nina! My love. Oh, I hate this. Oh, don't you feel like the hairs on the back of your head raising? Oh, she looks like she's just had it. She's just been through the ringer. She's like, where have you been? What have you been doing? Jonathan, thank God you are safe. Now I feel that I too have been saved. Oh, but you're not out of hot water yet. The games are just beginning. And how is he still able to carry that coffin? My arm would be tired. I guess when you're a vampire, that doesn't bother you. He just transported into the building. I feel like that would be really convenient. We couldn't find a single living soul on board. Ship's log, Varna to Bremen, past the east wind carrying 5 passengers, mate crew 7 and myself, the captain. One of my men, the strongest, is sick. Crew is restless, uneasy. Mate reported stowaway hiding below decks. We'll investigate. Oh, stowaway. What could this mean? Past Gibraltar. Panic on board. 3 men dead already. Mate out of his mind. Rats in the hold. I fear the plague. The plague is here. Stay in your houses. Run to your wives and your children. Everyone's like, I am out. One man has like something on his face. He's like, not me. I'm not getting the plague, not today. Attention, attention. The plague is here in Bremen. Notice, to halt the spread of the plague, the burgomaster of Bremen forbids the citizens of the city to bring their sick to the center of the city. Hospitals will until further notice. Also, they're saying you stay at home, basically to quarantine yourselves because we don't have enough rooms in our hospitals. That parent grabbed that child so quick. She's like, "Get your butt in here." Oh yeah, better start putting those crosses on those houses. Get your garlic, get your holy water. Sometimes I've heard that silver works too. Get all that, because y'all about to fight a vampire plague. Nina had promised her husband never to open the Book of the Vampires, but she found herself unable to resist the temptation. She looks very tempted. She's like, I can't, but I must. Ooh. One can recognize the mark of a vampire by the trace of its fangs on the victim's throat. Only a woman can break his frightful spell, a woman pure in heart, who will offer her blood freely to Nosferatu. God, this music is so just... makes me want to scream! And will keep the vampire by her side until after the cock has crowed. Sounds like a very intricate, very specific ritual. Look, every night in front of me. She's like, I must do it. I know what I must do. The townspeople lived in mortal terror. Who was sick or dying? Who will be stricken tomorrow? It's a very unsettling and familiar feeling. Everyone is terrified out of their minds. Don't be frightened. I will get the professor. Oh, people are dying. Jeez. She knows exactly what she can do to help. But will she is the question. Only a woman can break his frightful spell. That's Renfield. Or Renfield. Oh! And he's just smiling while he's getting hit with pebbles! Oh, they're all coming after him. They're like, it's your fault that we have this plague here. She just waits. Where is Renfield off to? I mean, he's so obvious. Like, we see you, buddy. We see you, buddy. Once something bad happens within this town, much like Metropolis, they're always looking for someone to blame, right? There's always someone to blame. Oh my god, he's just watching her! Freaking weird! It's like, I lust for your blood, woman. I smell you. Jonathan. Handsome. He kind of looks like Laurence Olivier a little bit. Just slightly. I'm going. Vampire's like, I'll meet you downstairs. Creepy. Jonathan needs to wake up. His woman is about to get snatched. Straight up. Please. Call the professor. Somebody. Call Professor Van Helsing. Please. Is she sick? The vampire must really have a hold on these people. But she wasn't sick. She was just trying to get him to leave so she could go to the vampire and save the city. Ah, he's creeping. The shadow of Nosferatu. Girl, I am running. You are not seeing me sitting there waiting for him to snatch me, bro. Oh, he is feeding on her. Oh my goodness. Kept him by her side till the cock crowed. Renfield is somehow back in the mental asylum. Master, beware. There he goes, acting crazy again. Like, no, guys, get him off the window. The sun is coming up. You have been defeated, Nosferatu. He's like, the sun! The light! Oh. He disappears to a burnt crisp. The master is dead. That was an awesome special effect. Couldn't think of the word. You did it, Nina. You prevailed. Jonathan. Oh, she did not just die. It did not just take all that. Come on, bro. We gotta have a happy ending. And at that moment, as if by a miracle, the sick no longer died, and the stifling shadow of the vampire vanished with the morning sun. The town has been saved by one brave and courageous woman. He must have really been feasting on her blood, bro. Oh, and that's it. Well, there you go. Wow, that is the end of this movie. Well, I will have to say that I very much enjoyed that. I really loved being able to see a lot of the iconic scenes, like Nosferatu coming out of his coffin or coming through the doorway. That was another huge iconic scene. And then seeing his shadow, very cool. I think also being able to see a lot of the exterior shots of northern Germany and parts of Slovakia was absolutely stunning. I think it was such a beautifully set film. I know, again, this was a very experimental time for cinema. So, of course, you know, not everything is going to be perfect. But I think that F.W. Murnau really did a fantastic job of setting the scene and the location of this film. I really enjoyed that. And I think it is so mind-boggling that we are able to sit here and watch a film from 100 years ago. Like, literally, we're able to see the world as it was 100 years ago. Like when I saw that creature, it looked like a fox, but it had like zebra stripes. Like that's amazing to be able to see that. I think that that's phenomenal. Overall, I really enjoyed this film. So thank you guys so much for recommending it, and thank you so much for watching it with me. All right, everyone, that does it for this video. As always, if you liked it as much as I did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, we are so close to 10,000 subscribers. I can literally smell it. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification to stay in the loop. If you would like to see this film's full reaction, you will find it on my Patreon, as well as our FlickPick polls, which allow you to vote for future videos, and our MWM Live watch parties, where every other Saturday at 6 p.m. Arizona time, we come together and we watch one classic film live via Zoom. If that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, then I highly encourage you to check out that Patreon link, which is in the description box below. If you aren't quite interested in becoming a patron, however, you still want to support the channel, why not consider buying me a movie ticket? Currently, all movie ticket donations are being raised to hire an editor so that I can get more content out to you all quicker. If that sounds like something you'd be willing to support, head on over to www.buymeacoffee.com/MiaTiffany, and I have linked that down in the description box below. And really, guys, the best form of support is simply just to watch the videos, share the videos amongst family and friends, and on social media, and anywhere else and with anyone else that you think might like this kind of content. In the next video, we are continuing our classic horror series by watching the film Carnival of Souls. Ooh, I am so excited to watch this. I have heard nothing but greatness about this film. If you have not seen Carnival of Souls, don't watch the reaction. First, watch the full-length movie. undisturbed, then come back and watch the reaction. And I have provided links down where I got my physical copy, as well as where you can stream it online. If you have a recommendation for any classic Hollywood films, head on over to my website, www.miatiffany.com. Scroll all the way down and you will find our recommendation form. Drop all of your recommendations there. And if you aren't sure of what I've reacted to on the channel, fear not, I do have a LetterBoxd account. It is still at Mamma Mia Tiffany, and there I have all of the films that I have reacted to, as well as a little link of where you'll find the actual video. And while you're on social media, don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Movies with Mia, and on Instagram and TikTok at movieswithmia_. I'm also available via email. My email is miawilliams642@gmail.com. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you, boo, in the next video. Bye, everyone. Of course, right when I freaking press play, there's a big freaking truck that just decides to drive through the neighborhood and make as much noise as possible. Holy crap, it's hot. Woo! Lord Jesus. Please, do not let me heat up in here. If you aren't quite interested in becoming a patron, but you still want a shut again, to satisfy the public's fascination. Jeez. I don't even know what I was trying to say. My brain just blanked. Wow. And our MWM live streams, where every other Saturday at 6 p.m. All right, everyone, it is time to grab your snacks, grab your drinks, maybe stay out of your coffins, and let's get into Nosferatu. That was so cheesy. Please stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll see you, boo, in the next video. Bye, everyone. Boom, 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 boom. I really like that ending. It's cute, right? Oh my god, I love it. Okay, bye.